Series.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens,
57 yards.
and the Steelers are pouring it on.
And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so a good opportunity for this offense with solid field position.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Give them 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he'll be marked out right at the 20-yard line.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Here's a give to Etienne.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. But George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like...
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, he covered a lot of ground. 82 yards on the punt return.
And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goal. Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry.
That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Gets this quickly to Ingram. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Jaguars on third down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Again, it's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.